No, little already, little remaining 10, last. In Bengali, so many things written. Hmm. Oh my God. Sri Krishna, the jewel of lovers, is so overwhelmed by the sweetness of Radha's moods that he anxiously falls at her feet and prays to her for just one festival like embrace. Sri Krishna now praying for a embrace. How he prays? Falls at the lotus feet of Radharani. Because she is fully overwhelmed by the sweetness of Radharani's mood. This causes many more rasic feelings to arise in Srimati's heart. When Sri Krishna prays at the lotus feet, oh my God, ita polash lagode. Wait. Hare Krishna? କୁହନ୍ତୁ ହଁ କଥା ହେଇଥିଲୁ ସେ ପଠେଇବି ବୋଲି କହିଛନ୍ତି ଏକ ନମ୍ବର ଯଦି ଏଇଟା ନ ଦେ ଆମେ ଫେରେଇ ଦେବୁ ଭଡ଼ା ଦେଇକି ଫେରେଇ ଦେବୁ କହିଛୁ ହଁ ବୋଲି କହିଛନ୍ତି କହିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ନା ସେ ଚୂଡ଼ା ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ଚୂଡ଼ା କାମ ହେଉଛି ଭାଇ ଏକ ନମ୍ବରଟା ଦିଅ ବୋଲି ସେ କହିଲେ ଏକ ନମ୍ବର ପଠେଇବି କହିଛନ୍ତି ଆଉ ଟିକେ ମନେ ପକେଇ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ଆଜ୍ଞା ହରେ କୃଷ୍ଣ When Krishna falls at the lotus feet, prays for us, just one festival like embrace. After seeing Krishna's attitude, Radha-Rani it is strike on Radhan's heart. The rasic feelings, when many more rasic feelings to arise in Srimati's heart. And these moods came out through her beautiful face. Obviously it is happening in modern society also, but there is lusty desire. But in spiritual part, from the abode of the Krishna, when the in Kunja, when the jewel of lover, Krishna, who is the king of the releasers, who falls at the lotus feet of Radharani and praying her for a festival like embrace, after seeing Krishna's attitude, Radharani fully observed and one thing, Radharani's heart is melted. So, moods came out through her beautiful face, some slightly smiling and some crooked, throwing eyebrows and crooked looks, everything. The mood throughout her beautiful face and her beautiful eyes. Nevertheless, she stubbornly says, no, enchanting her lover with the sweet movements of her eyebrows. Then Radharani said, no, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Before we have read, Radharani chastised her maidservant. Why did you bring me here? Let me bring to the home. Before she was waiting to meet the Krishna, when the Samsundar came, when the hero comes, then Radharani chastised the maidservant. The Prisipas, that commentary speaks, it is a sign of the love, pure love. Just Radharani says, no, no, no. Enchanting her lover with the sweet movement of her eyebrows, throwing her eyebrows, which after seeing Krishna is overwhelmed. Actually, these gestures are only her pretense. She would actually feel very happy if Krishna would touch her and enjoy her. Actually, she is feeling happy. But this is the one type of rasa. This is the highest rasa. She orally speaks only no, 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 but actually in heartly she likes. Sripad as a kinkari knows this and calls her therefore Ranganidhi, an ocean of playfulness. Openly Swamini says no, no, but in her heart she says yes, yes. Sripad knows about the Pravananda path, who is as kinkari form. She knows openly. Swamini speaks no, no, but heartily she desire. He says, yes, yes, you come, Sam, you come. Because she is waiting. No? Long time she is waiting with Krishna, Sam Sundar. There is no within that no. There is no within that no. It is as if a yes. That no means it is as if yes. She speaks orally no, but actually the meaning of the no is yes. Very nice, huh? It is as if a yes has swallowed the no. She who is worshipping Krishna is named Radhika. That's why the Radha name is famous, who always worshipping Krishna. She well known as Radhika name. No other beautiful girl of Braja can worship and enchant Krishna as sweetly as she can. That's why among of all gopis, Radharani is superior than her. She loves Krishna. None can worship like Sri Radharani to Krishna. How sweet she enchants Krishna. She alone is named Radhika in Braja. Nobody else. And therefore Sripad addresses her in this verse as Sri Radhika. Then Sripada's transcendental vision stops and he eagerly prays, Ha Sri Radhike. When can I see this sweet gesture of yours, and when can I hear you say no, no to your lover when he starts to embrace you? One thing we hear in every verses, Sripad in sometime in sadhak West and sometimes Siddha form, Kinkari form and maidservant form. Spontaneously some Leela is manifesting in his mind and suddenly the Leela stops. But finally Sripad cries and prays, O Radhe, O Krishna, how can I be, how can I, again how will I see this type of, but here in Bengali, so many things written. I would have desk there. কৃষ্ণবাঞ্ছা পূর্ণ হয় করে পাণিরোধ, অন্তরে আনন্দ রাধা বাহিরে বাম্য ক্রোধ। কৃষ্ণবাঞ্ছা পূর্ণ হয় করে পাণিরোধ। কৃষ্ণবাঞ্ছা পূর্ণ। The Radharani always desire to fulfill the Krishna's. Radharani always tries to fulfill the Krishna's desire. But Antarananda, she feels happy in heart, but externally sometimes she breaks, she stops, she chastises sometimes. But actually she likes to play with Krishna. Radha paya kare jena শুষ্ক রোদন, ব্যথা পায়া করে যেন শুষ্ক রোদন, ঈশত হাসিয়া করে কৃষ্ণকে ভর্সন। ব্যথা পাইয়া করে যেন শুষ্ক রোদন, sometimes crying, ঈশত হাসিয়া করে কৃষ্ণকে ভর্সন। Sometimes she smiles slightly and little chastised to Krishna also, according to Chaitanya Charitamrita. In Srungar Rasa, in Srungar Rasa, some poet speaks, असान मुखा लोक नमाभिमुखं निषेध एवानुमति प्रकारं, प्रत्युत्तर मुद्राणमेव वाच्यं नवांगनानं नव एव पंथः। যাহাদের বৈমুখ্য অর্থাৎ অভিমুখ্য, in this topmost love, in the Srungara, when love, that is the great love, Boimukhya, that means if sometimes whereas the Radharani showing little upset and she tries to go back before the Samsudra, after singing, she is waiting for Krishna. When Krishna comes, she tries to go back. It is here telling, it is the symptom of the great love. Nijar anumati pradhan, nishedi anumati. If she stop means that is allowed. In this pranaya rasa, srungara rasa, if heroine stops to hero, that means that is one she actually allows to come. This is anumati pradhana. Mauna hi pratyuttaradhana. If in the great love, where overwhelming love is present, if that Nagari, the Kishori, sometimes she didn't speak anything, she doesn't speak anything, that means her Mauna is the real answer, reply. That is telling. This is the symptom of the Srungaras. Mauna hi pratyuttaradhana. Sometimes hero is asking something, hero asks something, that time Radharani silent, remains silent. Her silent is the real reply for the hero. Mauna hi pratyuttaradhana. Sei nabanga নাগনের চেষ্টা সবই অভিনব, নব অঙ্গ নাগর চেষ্টা সব অভিনব। Everything, that means in this love platform, all activities is the reality, real. Sometimes throwing eyes, silent nature, anger, chastising with anger, and crying also. All activities is the symptom of the love only. কিঙ্করি বলে দেখতেছেন, দ্যাট টাইম মেড সার্ভেন্ট দে আর সিং রঙ্গনিধি অর্থাৎ কৌতুকের সিন্ধু স্বরূপা রাধা আলিঙ্গন দান নিমিত্ত অন্তরে পরমোচ্চ কহিয়া বাইরে ও সেম থিং। এখন আর না এবে ভিতরে না, এখন হা যেন নাকে প্রয়াস করিয়াছে। That means when Radharani speaks no, our maid servant thinks her no means yes. When suddenly the Leela stops, Sripad is not able to see again that Leela. That time he prays, He Radhike, তোমার সে মধুর ভাব চেষ্টা কবে দেখতে পাবে? When I will see that sweet ecstasy form, when I see, when Krishna comes and prays, falls at a lotus feet and pray for his embrace. That time, when I see, that time you speak, no. हे राधिके गांधर्विके रसरंग निधे कुंजेश्वरी कलावती करुणा जलधे रसिक नागर बर ब्रजेंद्र कुमार तुम्हार अंगेत देखी रसेर पसार चरणे पतित हैया बलिबे तोमा हे प्रिया लिंग नच्छव देह तो आमार. This verse is the poetry form. This is दृढ़ परिरंगणेत्य कतई नारंग अंगे अंगे उथलिवे प्रेमेर तरंग. Same thing. Okay, verses number 11. यत्पाद पद्मनख चंद्रमणि छटाया विस्फुजितं किमपि गोपवधू सदर्शि पूर्णानुरागरस सागर सारमूर्ति साराधिका मयि कदापि कृपां करतु. पूर्णानुरागरस सागर सारमूर्ति साराधिका मयि कदापि कृपां करतु. यत्पाद पद्मनख चंद्रमणि छटाया विस्फुरितं किमपि गोपबद्ध सुदर्शिवा. দিদিটা দেখি করি বিগ ভলিউম বড় বড় বই সব ଅଛି. यत हुज पाद फीट पद्म लोटस यत पाद पद्म हुज लोटस फीट नख नेल चंद्र मून मणि ज्वेल नख चंद्रिका मणि and chata of the splendor. छटा मन स्प्लेंडर नख चंद्रिका मणि छटाए यतपाद पद्म नख चंद्र मणि छटाए द स्प्लेंडर. विस्फुजितम मन रिफ्लेक्टेड किमपि indescribable Gopabadhua in the gopis. Other visible, purna, full anuraga, constant patience, rasa, flavor, and sagar, ocean, sara, essence, murtah, form, sa, se radhika may in me kadapi ever Kripam, mercy, Korotu will give. When will that Radhika, who is recognizable amongst the gopis by the effulgence coming from the moonstone like toenails, by the effulgence coming from the moonstone like a toenails on her lotus feet, and who is the very form of the essence of rasa and full passion, if her bestow her mercy upon me, desiring our Sripad, who is the King Kariforma. When she bestow her mercy upon me, who is the Radhika, who is the recognizable amongst the gopis by the effulgence coming from effulgence. Radharaniकर नखचंद्रिया जो किरण आसुची ना सब गोपी मान को से once more Sripada becomes aware of Krishna's Basantaras, his vernal ras lila. Krishna and the gopis stand in a circle. Gopi Krishna, Gopi Krishna. Basant Rasa. Gopi Krishna circle. All the Gopi and Krishna. One Gopi, one Krishna. One Gopi. Their effulgence is illuminating Sri Vrindavan. Sri Sukamani, the speaker of Srimad Bhagavat, was enchanted by this beauty and said, in Basantaras, when the Krishna and gopis gathered, their effulgence comes from the divine body, which effulges, illuminating the whole Vrindavana, Vispurjita, reflected Vrindavana. तत्रातिशुभे तभीर भगवान देवकी सुतः मध्ये मध्ये मंजनाम हई मनम महामर्कतो यतः भागवत में मध्ये मध्ये मणिनाम heimanam mahamarkatayata markatamani. Lord Krishna, the son of Devaki, looked very beautiful between the gopis, exactly like an emerald, how do you say? Emerald, huh? Emerald locket in a necklace of jewel. Mahamarkatamani, Markatamani. Emerald locket in a necklace of jewels and gold. How sweetly the gopis are dancing. Sukadeva Goswami revealed in Bhagavatam. How looks our Krishna, the son of the Devaki, when he is with gopis. Huh? So that's why the effulgence comes from his body, which is because of his effulgence the whole Vrindavan is illuminated. With their playful steps, again he speaks, when they were dancing, Krishna danced with gopis in Vrindavan. Padanayasiri bhuja, with their playful steps, the motions of their hands, the playful movement of their eyebrows, accompanied with graceful smiles, bending waists, shaking braids, and the fluttering skirts of their garments, earrings swinging against their cheeks, perspiring faces, and their braids and girdle loosened because of their sweet movement and singing Krishna's glories, the gopis, who are Krishna's actual brides, shone brightly like flashes of lightning in a mass of clouds. How Shikoti Goswami real poet, ଯେତେବେଳେ ଡ୍ୟାନ୍ସ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କର ଗୋପୀମାନଙ୍କର ଚିତ୍ରଣ କରାହେଇଛି କି ପ୍ରକାର ପ୍ଲେଫୁଲ୍ ଷ୍ଟେପ୍ସ, ସେମାନେ କେତେ ସୁନ୍ଦର ପଦ ନୃତ୍ୟ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, like a great dancer, perfect expert dancer. Their playful steps, the motion of their hands, mudra, shows some mudra, so many steps you see in every direction, how they shows their hands. And the playful movement, Gotishla movement, how they are moving around of their eyebrows also, how they playing their eyebrows, throwing eyebrows. Huh? Proning, not proning. Okay, playful eyebrows. Dancing, dancing eyebrow. Akino chuti bhrubhangya. And accompanied with graceful smiles. This smiles is enough to attract Krishna also. Bending weights, hatu dharchanti, bending weights, dhari nachusanti, each other. Gopi Krishna, bending a weights also, antara hatu dharchanti. Fluttering skirts, lahanga nachu, bulthu, fluttering skirts. And the garments also, dudulyamana, dancing, because they are dancing, all ornament also, they are also enjoying happily. Earrings swinging, kondol dolu duduluto, earrings swinging, pohruto se, nachusanti, earrings swinging. Again their cheeks, couple guys chumma kisses, the cheeks, the earring. And their braids and gargle loose because of their sweet movement. Oh my God! ये कौन लिख रही है? This full of Srungar. In Bhagavata, Chaitanya Charitamrita also written. The gopis danced in a circle, and the prince of Braj danced with Radha in the middle of that circle. In Chaitanya Charitamrita. Gopimana circle re bulchanti, they are dancing this circle. But middle of the circle, only Radha and Krishna, divine couple. How dancing. Mandali badhe gopigana kare nanartana. Madhya Radha saha nache Shri Vijay Brajendra Nandana. Madhya Radha saha nache Brajendra Nandana. In middle, dancing the Krishna, Radha and Krishna, they are dancing. surrounding the gopis were dancing. Sripad, in his form of Kinkari, sees how wonderful sweet is Radha's artful dancing, and she keeps his glance completely fixed on her lotus feet. Our Kinkar Pradhandapad, who is seated as a Kinkari for now, he sees that Leela. Not he see, in Kinkari, she sees the Leela. When Krishna and Radha both dance, when Srimad Radharani dance with Krishna, middle of the gopis, and see how wonderful sweet is Radha's artful dancing. Because Radharani is the master, master. Krishna also sometimes take lesson from Radharani how to dance in Mayurkoti, Varsana. When Samsundar want to come to see the Radharani, but there is no way to come. Because all gopis, they are like a spy. They are always searching. Every step by corner, the Radharani keeps some gopis, maid servants. And so many, his father, parents, everything. So how Krishna will go? Long times he hasn't seen the Radharani. Anyhow to go there. And finally he changed his form as a pickup form. He entered the Varsana. Then all gopis with bliss, happily, but because Krishna is now in peacock form. Obviously the peacock is very sweet. If it looks peacock, very sweet. But when Krishna becomes peacock form, what about speak about this? Then gopis, they forget their duty. They are runs with peacock also runs, dancing in so many ways. Then gopis runs towards the Radharani. Oh Radhe, Radhe, oh nice Lord, oh wonderful, so beautiful, one peacock enters our Varsana. Radharani told, peacock. But she knows. She happily, okay, bring him. But gopis were trying to bring the peacock is not coming. At last Radharani came, and for a distance, she knows that peacock is not ordinary peacock. So at last she saw some signs. The maid servants, they were little keep distance, and the Radharani's entrance on Nikunja, she became the female peacock, by peacock form also. The Krishna knows the both they were dancing there. Peacock. That time, before Krishna was dancing in peacock form before the gopis, but when Radharani became peacock form, Krishna remained silent. He looks how Radharani is dancing in peacock form. And she takes lesson from the Radharani. Gopis, they were shouting, they were folding hand, clapping and everything. At last, here the Sripad, she sees how wonderful, sweet in Radha's artful dancing, and she keeps his glance. Our Pradhandapad, who is in Kinkari form, she keeps steady his glance, completely fixed on her lotus feet, Radharani's lotus feet. Because Radharani is now dancing, sometimes jumping, sometimes moving, sometimes. How her lotus feet. Now our Kinkari, Sripad looks, glance at her, fixed his glance at her lotus feet. Our Siddha Baba, just he fixed his glance, not fixed, when the queen of the Jaipur comes, when she walks to Siddha Baba, after hearing the Nupur sound of her feet, the Siddha Baba, how our preceptor, Siddha Baba's, that time he is in the Siddha form, and he sees the Radharani is coming, and the sounds come from the vibration comes from the lotus feet of Radharani's Nupur. Then 3 days, 72 hours, he is in soon stage, samadhi, transcendent position. I become Jagannath like Jagannath. But, Saint of Brazil. Saints of Brazil. In this written, Siddha Baba. The king also astonished, and because every Brajavasi also surprised and disciples also surprised, because Baba never sees any Matajis. But first time when the queen comes, Baba open his eyes, and 3 days, 72 hours looks and looks. After a few hours, the queen, as somebody, she went away and disclosed everything. The king surprised. No, must be some reason. That's why he bound to stay 3 days there. After the samadhi over, he came to fall down the lotus feet of Baba and asked, "What's the reason, Baba? Speak. I knew you never see. This condition is not for seeing the queen's face, but is there some?" Then Baba says, "When your queen is very fortunate. When she comes, she is wearing some nupur, maybe some sounds coming when she walks. But my mind goes to the Radharani's lotus feet. I know Radharani also, Lalita Vishaka is decorating nice nupur with the Radha's lotus feet. My mind goes there, I am hearing and seeing the lotus feet of Radharani. So I am grateful to you." Here our Kinkari also, she keeps his glance completely. He keeps her glance completely fixed on her lotus feet that shine like freshly blooming red lotus flowers. That shine slightly blooming, freshly blooming red lotus flower, prasputita padma fulla. Radhanika charanda, padmalaya. Freshly, not fresh, just blooming lotus flower, of which each toe is a petal and each toe nail shines like a moonstone. In the padma petal achi pakuda. Now the our Kinkari, she fixed her eyes on the lotus feet of Radharani. She sees what he sees, like a freshly blooming lotus feet, and each toe is a petal. Toes anguti jasu petal tankara pakuda bhaliya. And each toe nail shines like a moonstone. Nakha jaga moonstone bhaliya. Chandrika. Just imagine how to do. Imagine also not possible for all, everyone. Then Sripad is enchanted by this vision. Obviously it will happen. Then Sripad is enchanted, observed fully. You see how the sweet Radharani, because some Krishna, who is the Govindama, transcendental hero, who always desired to worship that lotus feet. because who always thirsty to drink the nectar which comes from the lotus feet of Radharani, who always keeps that lotus feet in his heart. And the Krishna, the worshipful deity of the whole three-dimensional world, every living entity, but his worshipful form object is the Radha's lotus feet. So it is not a ordinary matter. Huh? So how sweet. Huh? Krishna jaku puja karchandi, chhatri dhurchandi, mastakre dhurchandi. When Jayadeva failed to write, keep the lotus feet of Radhananda, Krishna said, Krishna himself appeared as a Jayadeva form and he wrote this. That means he likes this. He likes always keep the Radha's lotus feet on his head. How our Radharani's lotus feet. Thus Sripad is enchanted by this vision. After seeing this vision, Pradhandapad, who is now Kinkari form, is enchanted. How sweet is the jingling of Radhika's jeweled ankle wells, and how wonderful her jewel-like toe-nails shines with them. How sweet is the jingling of Radhika's jeweled ankle wells. Ankle. Dhoni udi sundara Shri. We have seen the thundering lightning dazzling in our eyes and causing our hearts to tremble with terror, but the lightning like dazzling of Radha's toenails that tremble along like thundering lightning whines while her ankle wells jingle along, pleases our eyes and makes our hearts play in the wonderful. In the ordinary, you see, suppose we see thundering lightning dazzling in our eyes and causing our hearts in tremble with terror. हम जब देखिए किसी बिजली देखिवा, किसी वज्रपात देखिवा, भयभीत होइयो, trembling in our heart. But the lightning like dazzling of Radhika's toenails. Radharani's toenails also looks like a lightning. Huh? That tremble along like thundering lightning whines with their ankle wells, jingle along, please our eyes and makes our hearts play in the wonderful. That means the ordinary lightning and thundering lightning, which the causes of our for the terror, but the Radharani's from the lotus feet of Radharani, which pleases our eyes and makes our hearts play in the wonderful waves of blissful rasa. Radharani का चरण जो ध्वनि आसछि ना, which waves signs come from the Radharani's, which sounds comes from the Radharani's toenails and ankle wells, which is the causes of increasing the blissful rasa. In this way, the maid servants experiences that Sri Radha is the very form of an ocean of the essence of the rasa of Anuraga. Maid servants experience that Sri Radharani is only the essence of the rasa of Anuraga, because she is the very form of an ocean of the essence. Anuraga Sindhu se, ocean of essence of Anuraga. When the ocean of Anuraga swells, because ever new waves of bhava come up in it, just like ocean the taranga ase, wave. Similarly, if the Radharani is ocean jo kuagala, when the ocean of Anuraga swells, because ever new waves of bhava come up in it, it is called Mahabhava. It is called Mahabhava. Aku kuala Mahabhava. Je samudra taranga ase, taranga jago bhava kuagala. और सब भाव मिश्रित महाभाव कहला महाभाव स्वरूपिणी राधा ठाकुराणी तो श्री राधा रानी इज द महाभाव स्वरूपिणी नॉन डिफरेंट ऑफ महाभाव एंड श्री राधा इज द personification of the Mahabhava. What to speak of Radhika's other limbs? The maid servants are already enchanted by the trembling of her sweet jewel-like toenails that outshine the effulgence of all the other gopis. What to speak of Radhika's other limbs? Anga katha kaun koya? Just her toenails is enough to attract all maid servants and enchanted to the Krishna and all gopis. What about the other limbs? What speak about other limbs? What to speak of Radhika's other limbs? The maid servants are already enchanted by the trembling of her sweet jewel-like toenails. Like a chandrika, moon-like, jewel-like toenails that outshine the effulgence of all the other gopis. Radhanikara nakha kiranare gopi mane vispurjita hoijanti. There is no word to elaborate the beautiness of his toenails, of her toenails. As the gopis were affected. The dancers dance around her in the great circle of the rasa dance. Therefore, Srila says, I see the wonderful trembling of Radha's toenails shining amongst the gopis. Sripad, who is in Kinkari form, maid servant, she sees the wonderful trembling of Radha's toenails. She sees before we have read, she fixed his glance on her lotus feet of Radharani. In the dance, how Radha's toenails shining amongst the gopis. There is also another explanation of this verse possible. In the previous verse, Krishna anxiously fell at Radha's feet in the presence of her maid servants and prayed to her for the festival of just one of her embrace. In previous verse we have read this. Krishna came and fell lotus feet of the Radharani and praised the presence of the maid servant and prayed to her for a festival of just one of her embrace. At that time, Krishna's form, which is the essence of the ocean of Anuraga rasa, became beautifully reflected tenfold on Radhika's 10 jewel-like toenails. Because now Krishna is going down, already falls in the lotus feet of Radharani with folded hand. He just glances his eyes in the lotus feet of Radharani and prays for a festival like a embrace only before the maid servants. Here the commentator speaks. This is how the Krishna looks like that time. Telling, at that time the Krishna's form, which is the essence of the ocean of Anuraga Rasa. Krishna's form, which is the essence of the Anuraga, ocean of Anuraga Rasa, became beautiful reflected, tenfold Radhika's 10 jewels, toenails. Even Krishna, there is no doubt, Krishna also is the Cupid, millions Cupid already defeated at Krishna's witness. Yet, Krishna is more affected by the signs of the Radha's lotus feet. The 10 Radhika's 10 jewel-like toenails. 10 anguti achi. 10 anguti 10 Chandrika Janti. Toenails. Much to the pleasure of the Sakhis and Manjari's eyes. After see this, Krishna's form, the Manjari and Sakhis, they are also enjoying. Krishna is called the essence of the ocean of Anuraga Rasa. Because it is this passion, Anurag, with which he anxiously prays to Radhika for a festival of embrace. That is visible on his face. That is visible on his face, in his eyes, and on each of his limbs. The Radharani and the Sakhis and the maidservants, they look this. They justify this, how the Krishna is. Krishna's face, his limbs, and his eyes, how his activities. The Sakhis and Manjaris sees him as love of Radhika personified. His desires are not fulfilled by falling at Radha's feet alone. So he divides himself in 10 to take shelter. He divides himself in 10 to take shelter of her feet in this way. Krishna is alone. Not enough to drink the nectar of the Radha's lotus feet. When his glance fixed on the lotus feet of Radharani, the 10 jewel-like the toenails, Krishna divided himself 10 form, and one form fixed is ready to drink the nectar from the 1 toenails of the Radha lotus feet. How nice, huh? Why? Another definition of Anurag is given in Ujjala Nilamani. This is the Anuraga. You see how Krishna, he falls at Radharani's lotus feet like his beggar. Huh? Like his beggar. He prays just for it, embrace. Just like if Radharani not give mercy, Krishna is worthless. He prays like this. Whole world, even also Brahma and all demigods, Shiva, it is very difficult to see his lotus feet for a single moment. Till the Krishna now is praying like his beggar, just for a embrace, just for a little, for receiving mercy from Radharani. Sadam bhutam api yah kuryannavanavapriyam ragabhavam navanava sonuraga ipriyate. That love which makes one experience the beloved as being ever present, which is itself also praised at every moment, is called Anuraga. In Ujjala Nilamani, Anuraga, what is Anuraga? That love which makes one experience the beloved as being ever fresh, pranutam, and which is itself also fresh at every moment. Every moment is ever fresh, that is called. That is the anuraga love. Which gives the pleasure to the lovers every moment. In the stage of anuraga, the incense of desire is so strong that the form and qualities of the beloved appear as if were fresh at every moment. In anuraga stage, the desire is so strong. So that the quality and the form and the quality of the beloved appear as ever fresh at every moment. Navanabhayama. Because Krishna and Radha, Krishna is the lover of the Radharani. Radha loves to Krishna. Krishna also always, she desired to accept the Radha's love also, accepting his love, her love. So both are some reciprocation there, because where is Krishna, that love of the Radharani is increasing. Where is Radha, the Krishna desire to meet Radha also increasing. There is strong desire, telling the anurag is strong desire, which gives pleasure to beloved, and which is ever fresh. In this modern society, in the modern world, which we are telling love, that is not real love. It is lusty desire. Because after a few moments, this love become false, dirty, lose patience, everything. But here the love, the spiritual part from the anurag is, the love is increasing every moment with ever freshly. You see the rasa dance, Bhagavan Apita Ratri, 1000 night, 1000 yug. So long time they danced with Krishna. Krishna danced with Radharani. But after over this dance, they were feeling, oh, just a few minutes we played with Krishna. This is out of our imagination. That means the strong desire there. The love is, that love and lover, all are overwhelmed in this stage. In this society, here one day someone speaks, oh, mother speaks, I love my son. Much than me also, more than me. Modern wife speaks, I love my lover. But suppose, example, if suppose one mother, one son, we keep, okay, mother, we know you like your son, you love your son more than you also. But how long you see, stay here. You see, just see your son only. How long? 1 hour, 2 hours. Then after, they feel hungry, they will go back, they will soon back. Is this society like this? Here no real love. If someone like to someone, if we keep them in one place and order, okay, you both are liking, okay, you sit. Don't do any other work, only see, just see to see. How long they will see? 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. After feeling, oh, boring. Go back, go. What, you are only just sitting in front of you. Go, I have other work. But here 1000 yuga they were dancing. So it is ever fresh love. This is anurag. This is, you must compare. ଭୋକ ହବ କୁଆଡ଼େ ପଳେଇବ। One can measure one's taste by one's thirsty. One can measure one's taste by one's thirst. ଯାହାର ଯଦି କ୍ଷୁଧା ଅଛି ତାକୁ ସେତେ ସ୍ୱାଦ ହେବ. If no thirsty, there is no taste. One can measure one's taste by one's thirst. Huh? What? So. Trusa. If no thirst, if you offer the water, then so many questions he raise. It is pure water from well or from river, filter, aqua water, no virus. So many questions. If thirsty, then that whatever comes the water, everything tasty. So he is telling, one can measure one's taste by one's thirsty. Spiritual love like this, spiritual platform like this. Krishna always thirsty. One Srila in which one? Is it the place where our Aswastama is living now? Which is the place? In Vrindavan. Aswastama is living there now. Some one forest. That time Krishna was grazing the cows there with cowherd boys. He feels thirsty, but there is no water. Suddenly Krishna comes to the nearest village. And there is one old mother inside the cottage and her one daughter. Krishna stood in front of her and shouted, Radhe, bring me water, I need, without water I cannot live, I will die. Then old mother said, oh, someone is calling you, lady, oh girl, daughter, you bring the water to him. Then she came. In Brazil, there is no glass, no pot. Though in those times, Krishna was standing, and that girl was standing in a baranda. She hold in her hand the pot, just falling the water from the pot, and Krishna was standing on the earth, little down, and folding so his hand and drinking water. But that girl looks, Krishna is not drinking the water. Not drinking. All water is falling down. And he looks sharply. Krishna is looking her feet, sometimes her eyes. All water falls. Then she became angry. Then told, you are thirsty always. You whole life, whatever it comes to you, you never fulfill your desire. You go kapati. That means Krishna always thirsty to drink the nectar from the gopis and specifically the Radharani. From the ପାଣି ସରିଲା ଯେ ଖାଲି ଦେଖୁଛନ୍ତି ହାତରେ ଗଳିଗଲା. The real story, one Baba Mahatma told. This is real story. So one can measure one's taste by one's thirst. A person who has no thirst will not even enjoy drinking an ocean of nectar. Even drinking an ocean of nectar, if he has no thirst, he never tastes the. How much desire Krishna shows for attaining one single embrace for Srimatis. How much desire Krishna. Just like a beggar, he falls to her lotus feet, and before the maid servants, folding his hand, and he prays for a single, for a embrace. The how much his love to Krishna, Radharani. This science shows this example. Anurag causes the lover and beloved to control each other. Anurag causes the lover and beloved to control each other. This is the stage. Anurag is the stage of the love. The lover and that Anurag control the lover and the beloved, each other. And therefore, Krishna can justly be called the ocean of the essence of Anuraga rasa. Krishna is called ocean of the essence of Anuraga rasa because he is controlled by Swamini's love. He is fully controlled by Radharani's love to the utmost. Suddenly the transcendental vision disappeared and Sripada returning to his sadhaka level. In Siddha form, maid servant form, Pradhanapad is remembering sitting the all nice lila, but his transcendental vision already stopped, suddenly disappeared. Then Sripada returning to his sadhaka ways, humble praise, Saradhika Mai Kadapi Krupam Korome. O Radhe, when you are mercy given upon me. O Radhe, best your mercy upon me. When I will see again this Leela. Finish. Almost. Oh Radhika, ever give me her mercy. Will that Radhika ever give me her mercy again? That's said Sripad in Sadhak Aves, he praised the lotus feet of Radharani. When he will mercy, give your mercy. Oh, no. Finish. Not finish. Today's. Okay. ଅଦ୍ଭୁତ ଲିଲା ସବୁ ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି ସବୁ। ଇଏ ଗୋଟେ ଆନନ୍ଦ ଜଗତ, ଇଏ ଗୋଟେ ଜଗତ। What? Huh?